to this part, and we're going to build a potato bed that we're going to invite the North Katoomba Primary School students to come in September. They're going to plant the potatoes, and then they're going to grow, and they can come and visit, watch their plants, and and then they come back and harvest them and take them home.
We're putting the cardboard directly down on the grass, and putting so the old mulch that council's been dropping off, and then we're going to put some soil on top. And we're going to put some blood and bone on top of that as well. And then the kids are going to come down on September the 22nd and plant some potatoes. And in a nutshell, the whole idea of it is, I guess we're responding to the current food shortages, fuel price rises, and given that North Katoomba is an area that has some struggling families, not that we have any great... We're not trying to be benevolent. We just wanted to try and jump the gun, and community gardens are one of the first places I think that should grow lots of food, and all the schools are doing it. North Katoomba Primary is doing it. I think Katoomba Primary is doing it. Wentworth Falls Primary is doing it. Blackheath Primary is doing it. Everyone's on the bandwagon. Yeah, it's fantastic.
The Community Gardens is a group of people who got together in 1992 in October, and then from that moment forward we accessed sort of land in the local area, and in 1995-96 we built a building out of mud brick, all with donated materials, and we also put together this amazing food forest. So it's on 2.5 hectares with a bush food garden on one side and the lovely local vegetable garden on this side, and the whole thing has actually run on community volunteers. So it's been an amazing effort by loads and loads and loads of wonderful people. It's incredible. The produce is shared by anybody and everybody who comes to the gardens. When we first started it, a lot of people were saying, what are you going to do with the produce, and maybe people will steal it. Well, we didn't feel really bad about that at all, because if people need to take food, they need to actually access it. So it was really a great thing to grow piles of pumpkins and piles of potatoes and the apple orchard, etc. And so what we've done as a group is focus on bringing community together, putting in food forest collections of different ancient and old varieties of heritage trees. So we've got a collection here of 67 apple varieties that anybody in the community can either take apples from or take scion from and sort of graft it onto their own apple trees, etc. So some of these apple trees actually date back from Roman times and even from before that. Fabulous. And then we've been developing seed saving techniques over the years and getting people involved and getting the local co-op, which is our food co-op, involved, and just, really sort of being here, generating activity around sustainability, around sociability, around networking together in a really family-friendly, fun space. It's a beautiful place. A lot of the things at the community gardens, like the labyrinth, were built by the community, by people like Michael. Michael Burt is a wonderful sculptor, and it was built on the model of a labyrinth that's been on the planet for 8,000 years. And it's the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere that we know of, that's built by community. And let's ask Michael why we did it. It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, but it came from an idea from Jill, a friend of ours who's up north now, and she had a dream, and the dream was to have a labyrinth, and we were working at the gardens, so we went, yes, let's have a labyrinth. She had the dream, and I said, well, I know how to do it. Not that I've made any before, but as a sculptor I know how to make it. So we got together and we cleared the space, and it was already a round garden, so we made it so as we could dance on it. And we decided it was best to have a nice sand base and then pathers to dance on it, and then in between the pathers is tiles. And the different tiles, as you'll see, there's 7 as the colours of the chakras. And in the centre is the Om, because that's the centre where the labyrinth goes to. And it's just fun, and it was hard work, but it's fun, and it attracts many groups coming to be on the labyrinth.
It's not just a place of vegetables. It's not just a place of bush regeneration or any of those sorts of things. It's all of it. It's really fun. It's an open space where we can actually play, where we can access water again. Quite often in life nowadays, out in the community, we can't access things because we're afraid. So this little community gardens is demonstrating that we can actually sort of give away our fear for a moment and just have fun together. Yeah, it's really nice.
Excellent.
For me, as a sculptor and a painter too, I believe that colour is incredibly important in this garden space. It works on the deep levels of the psyche and invokes some activity and fun, you know. I think colour's incredibly important. The colour of the flowers and the plants are reflected also in the sculpture colours. And often in winter, when as you see now, there's not many leaves and colour, it's quite sombre or dormant. There's the colour of the sculpture to enhance the garden. But then once all the colours come out in spring, it's beautiful.
The seasonality is beautiful. And you know what's really wonderful? We're planning these other sculptures, which will be sort of landscape sculptures, we've already started in the landscape repeating different plants and then sculpting them. So coppicing, sculpting, bringing all the seasonality of different plants into being and working with them in sculptures. Fantastic, isn't it, what we've planned?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Come and join us. The great and most unique thing about our community gardens is we actually sought to work with council from the very beginning. We actually wanted to source local land, sort of council land if possible, and work in with council. So actually bring into being a new model of work where we work very closely with council, and doing that, council has been our great supporter. And we've got a beautiful water festival that we do together, which is all about the catchment water system and looking after water in the catchment. And we have a huge festival, and we call it Festival of Joy. And we do that with council and with national parks. And it's, you know, this event is full of community effort, lots of music, lots of food, etc. But it's council that comes and actually underpins us. It's fabulous. Because of course council is us. That's what I sort of, that's the most wonderful revelation. Blue Mountain City Council and ourselves, we're all the same people. We all live in the same catchment. We all live here together, and we all go to the same coffee shops up in Katoomba and Leura, etc. So we're all the same people. So we're working together.